there are a few upsides.
Going green. Great.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all of these things.
Little punk!
He doesn't mean that.
Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of the She-Hulk After Live show. Joined with Nerdsquatch and Dieter of the Knights of the Nerds table. How you guys doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for having me on. I can't wait to dive into this. It's going to be so much fun.
Absolutely. We are talking episode 2, Superhuman Law. What's you guys' just initial thoughts about the episode?
So let me tell you, I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball. I finished the episode and I was immediately very, very angry.
Oh?
Because I fully forgot that this was a 30-minute series and I was desperate for more.
It's so fast.
It
goes by so
ends.
quick.
I hate it when it ends.
I mean, it was a great button, starting at the back. The end of the episode was a great button with her looking at the camera and saying,
Well, that's
oh no,
Yeah.
but I wish they would. This is one of those ones I wish they'd release 2 episodes or something. Just give me a little more.
Absolutely. Okay, so I would like to preface this, and I said this last week, but I didn't have enough justification, but now I do. I hate Dennis. Dennis is a jerk.
Yeah.
I really
Yes.
hate Dennis. Oh God.
Quite literally, right before the start of this stream, we had a conversation about whether or not I was allowed to cuss on this channel, and you're gonna bring up the one guy who's gonna make me cuss more than anything else.
For
I'm gonna
gosh sake, watch your
go-
language. That's not going away anytime soon.
He just what an awful human being. And if it weren't for the fact that I know people like
Hey,
him,
Blurtish.
hi,
Dennis Lowell.
he is.
Yes, he
Thanks
is.
for saying
God's sakes,
for
watch
us.
your language,
We
but
actually
yes.
needed that.
I completely agree. Hey, if they cuss, it's okay because they're the audience.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
We have no
Oh,
say
it's
over your right.
But I will say I do appreciate that the show treats Dennis with the respect he deserves, which is to say absolutely none.
Nothing.
He's there and they just don't even he's so unimportant to the main
Yeah.
characters that they just dismiss him and move him out of mind, which is exactly the way a person like that should be treated.
Just
I hope
go
he gets
away.
fired.
I calls it like I sees it.
So one character I wasn't sure if I was gonna like because of the actor playing him was Pug. But Pug is so precious.
He's yeah.
I had a moment like Squidward. He came in and I was like, oh no, he's hot. was
I
not
know him from
expecting it.
as Adrian Chase from Arrow, and so
That's
I
exactly
hate
who he
him.
is, isn't it?
That's who
I
he
hate
is.
him.
Oh my god!
But
Oh.
now he's pure and wholesome, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Pug.
Make it make sense.
He's got such a great smile. Oh my
Pug
god.
is such a good boy.
Oh wow.
And I loved in the scene where they introduced him, because we only got a little taste of Mr. Pugiles in this episode. I love the scene where he comes in, he gives them the gift basket, and the thing that they clearly both value the best is the map to where it's good to poop. The man knows what he's about. He is a treasure, and we shall keep him.
Yep. It's like
I
I'm
hope
not
they
ready
tie
for
him to
her
Spider-Man.
What?
I hope they tie him to Spider-Man
Oh,
in the comics.
well, they mentioned it at the premiere, didn't they? That like I think he was like, we wanted him. They've admitted that they wanted to shoot scenes with him, right? And that they couldn't because Sony wouldn't let them because it's a TV show. It's a streaming show. It's not a big release. So they mentioned that he has his comic book origin.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he was saved by Spider-Man, which is still the best.
Reading issue 1 of Dan Slott run, yes.
His tweet the other day that was like, I've written more She-Hulk comics than anyone alive, and the first 4 episodes of this show are sensational. I was like, yeah! I love him.
And I did the math on that, and that is I think, weirdly true. Because John, the sensational run was longer, but Byrne didn't write a ton of it. He only wrote a couple of episodes. So Dan Slott has basically made himself the expert on She-Hulk by default. And to be fair, the Dan Slott run, Blurtish, you're in for a trip. It's so fun. Such a great series. I highly recommend anyone who wants to do more She-Hulk, go pick up that comic. It's great.
Yeah, and it's obviously what they're going for here. Like,
I love how they flipped. I love how they flipped. How in the comics she wanted to be She-Hulk as a lawyer, didn't want to be Jen, but now she wants to be Jen, but all they want is She-Hulk. But flipped.
I don't trust her boss because they changed it. Because in the comics he wants her to be Jen, but in the show he wants her to be She-Hulk, and I don't trust it.
Okay, some people think that I'm crazy, but I don't trust her friend.
Leave Nikki alone. All I'm saying
is you said that. You said that
Skrull. She's probably a Skrull. That's all.
I don't trust her. She's pushing her into the limelight.
I mean, I'd support my best friend if she was going through the celebrity phases. I mean...
Yeah, I don't, but I'm kind of the opinion. I'm taking both of them right now at face value. Like, the friend's name is Ginger, correct, or is it Nikki?
The actress is Ginger Gonzaga, and the character is Nikki.
Nikki, okay. So Nikki, I think her motivation makes sense because she seems like such an outgoing, vibrant person, and you've paired her with Jen, who's a straight man, for lack of a better term. And I can absolutely see Nikki wanting to get Jen out of her shell and realizing that She-Hulk's a great way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, with her boss, with Holloway, I'm kind of hopeful that they do the thing that they did in the Dan Slott run, because as I recall in the Dan Slott run, it's been a minute, but he had the kid Southpaw, right? Who was like going down a path where she was going to be a super villain, and Jen kind of scares her straight, basically.
Yes.
And I would love to see that play out.
Thank you.
Oh man. No additional comments needed.
Yeah. None. That's it, man.
She is bringing, like, I'm not a guy who notices costumes a lot of the time, but she is bringing some fire outfits. There is no question.
I'm a costume-driven person. See, I love it. So, yeah, I love her looks.
So we finally got to see Blonde.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
Do we think he's sincere? I think he's sincere. No?
Hey, what did I tell you? The 7 soulmates have to be the Thunderbolts. The 7 penmates have to be the Thunderbolts.
Either that or that guy is going full, like, Jonestown as soon as he gets out of prison. Either way, it's not good.
Right. There's something bad coming.
Yeah, you can't ever trust Tim Roth.
He's not going to be. He's not going to be happy.
Void of any responsibility. He was power hungry. He left that out. He didn't tell her he had a hand in it.
But I will say there was that one moment, and I love Tim Roth as an actor. He's great. But there was one moment where I really did believe him, which is when he said they told me I was going to be Captain America, and I think he really did want to be. Yeah, I think he wanted to be what he thought Captain America was. And this is something that this show has been doing so well with, of being super comedic, but also giving us really true character motivations for characters who are otherwise very jokey. Like Bruce is in the bar in the first episode, you know, mixing drinks and everything, but his resentment and his jealousy are really honest and real. And I think there was a little bit of that with Tim Roth, with Blonsky, and his wanting to be Captain America, or at least what he thinks Captain America should be. Because I bet if we got the two of them together, they'd have some philosophical differences.
He also made the point that the super soldier serum that they gave him, it messed up his mind too, and it took him a while.
Yeah.
Like we give Bruce a break for the damage he's done when he's lost his mind, but Blonsky doesn't get the same treatment. He's treated like a villain, locked away for years, while Bruce is in the limelight, regarded as a hero.
He really does.
I think
have a
he's
point.
genuinely sincere,
I think he has a
especially
point.
since Bruce trusts him. I feel like if he wasn't trustworthy, Bruce would be like, "Nah, there's something up with that."
And we know that we already know he's got a working relationship with Wong. So
Oh yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
being able to mine the old material
from phase one or pre-phase one. I honestly agreed, especially the fact that they are not shying away, and we're going to get to it. They are not shying away from The Incredible Hulk, which is a movie that I think is very honestly underrated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not the best.
Great, but
Look,
I will never I never skip it when I'm doing a watch through.
I'm guilty of skipping it, but that's because I felt I only needed to watch it once.
I'm a Hulk fan, and I don't care for it very much, but I do watch it every now and then. It's not a terrible movie. There's some elements to it I don't like. I just don't feel like I think Edward Norton is Bruce. But I do love that we got that little reference.
I'm a completely different person now, literally.
Yeah, I was making a comment on Reddit earlier because somebody was like, "How do you think we're gonna get the explanation?" I think what we watched happened in the MCU the same way. We just saw it in another universe with variants. You know, like it's another Earth, but the same events happened in our timeline. That's why the characters look different.
So I've actually
I can vibe with that.
about this. So this is a theory that I've had pre-multiverse, which is I believe that Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo are the same Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner used to look like Edward Norton. And the theory that I have about that is the end of Incredible Hulk implies that he has gained some level of control over Hulk. Not enough to like Smart Hulk, not merged personalities, but he's able to direct it in the way that he did as in the Avengers. And back when Avengers was being cast, Joss Whedon said that he wanted, when they were recasting, he wanted someone who looked a little more dangerous, a little more like the line between man and beast was getting thinner. And Mark Ruffalo and his hairy self was a perfect casting as far as I'm concerned. But I have this theory that when Norton Banner gained a little more control and was able to direct his rage in that way, it did have an actual physical manifestation on him, making him into the bigger, bulkier Ruffalo Banner. And we see then that continue through the movies until we get Smart Hulk, who is the absolute merge between the two forms.
Which, honestly, at first I wasn't super on board with Smart Hulk, and I still hate that name.
Oh my god, when he said it twice in a row in the first episode, I was like, this really is the worst name ever.
The Professor. It was right there, guys.
It's that simple.
It was right there, and they didn't. But anyways, I've grown to actually like this version of Hulk, especially since I know this is not the permanent version we're going to get for the rest of the MCU. They've made it clear that in some interviews that they're going to explore many different versions of the Hulk. I hope maybe a Joe Fix-It, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much.
I mean, with the street level side of the MCU becoming more prominent, I would love it.
I feel like the Beard.
Oh man! So, friend of our channel, Logan, says, "I feel like the Beard is riding this line too. That beard is immaculate, and I need it CGI'd onto Hulk immediately."
Maestro.
Yes, but B, I'm gonna share with the hosts of the show because they do not know Logan. Logan is a very close personal friend of mine. It is his birthday.
Happy birthday to you!
Yeah.
And he has decided. We were talking about this earlier, and I was asking him what he was doing, and he was like, "Well, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing this podcast." He was like, "Great, when is it? I'll be there." And I was like, "It's your birthday, bro. You do not need to do that." And he was like, "Yeah, but supporting my friends—that's the real gift." And I was like, oh, "You're so stupid. I love you."
What a spectacular guy.
So thank you so much, Logan, for showing up. I'm calling you out. I'm putting you on blast.
I'm going to throw something out there because, like we've seen in this episode, the Hulk side of the MCU is about to get a lot bigger. Like, he's in space now. So obviously something is either being worked out or the rights are reverting next year like everybody's talking about. So,
oh, are they? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, people are saying that the rights, if they don't make a movie by next year, it goes right back to Marvel. So, yeah! See, I sent that to you. This guy's theory right here about World War Hulk being announced at D23. I really think it's coming. But what I also think is happening...
Don't read it. Your choice, but it's very possible what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. But here's what I think is going to happen. While he's in space, I think Val is working with somebody, definitely. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, because Thunderbolts is coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's working with, like, Ross or somebody that we know. I think because William Hurt has passed away, that maybe she's working with Sam Stearns, and that's why all these superhuman people are showing up, is because the leader is doing his thing and giving people the Hulk's blood. You
mentioned that on the first stream as well, and I absolutely love that theory. Bringing back the leader would be so great.
I know
and
nothing
working
about
him into
this,
World War
leader.
Hulk would not be that hard.
But what I've read is that, Tim Blake Nelson has no interest. Is that he doesn't want to come back. And so somebody, I know it's just a rumor and this is stupid, but I saw on Reddit that Jim Carrey's somewhere in this show. And that would be spectacular. Now, if that's the truth, that would be fantastic. I would die.
That would be
but
so unexpected.
But what if he's the Red Hulk replacement in the Thunderbolts for the Hulk villain? You know what I'm saying? Because Ross is gone. I mean, William Hurt can't be around to do it.
Yeah.
So we saw those little creatures in the trailer that she's fighting. What are they?
Demon things.
What are they?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Were they they could be the Toadmen. That was a thing in the Sensational run way back when.
That's true too. That is true. And I know the Wrecking Crew are in this, and that's, they've got their magical things, and that's probably going to be Wong. But I just feel the leader is coming back. If all of this is growing, if we're getting Hulk stuff again, he's right there. We haven't used him in 14 years. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, and they're definitely like this show is not shying away from really doing a lot of world building.
I know.
Oh, not at all. Like, we got to see her family.
Her family?
Her family. And by the way, we have a little clip of when I think it's her cousin. Is this one of her cousins? I think.
Yeah, her
You got fired.
Chad.
Said to bring it up. I said don't bring it up.
freaking Chad, man.
Her dad was on Ally McBeal, which I find absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's great. That's
Mark
great
Lindbaker. That's fantastic. And I think her mom has been numerous judges on like SVU. I think they're all kind of related to legal TV somehow, which is just genius.
Yeah, that's good casting for sure.
God, there was something else. I think. Oh, did the CGI? I don't know if it was the green background last episode, because the first episode there was a ton of green everywhere, so she kind of just. But when she is around regular people, it stands out so bad.
Yes. It doesn't ruin the show for me, but I do.
No, absolutely
notice.
not. It doesn't take that much away from it.
I cannot wait till they have like a movie model.
Right. Just like Bruce Banner and Emil Blonsky. They'll be able to put an upgraded model into the TV show. So, yes. But
it's definitely, I mean, my background right now gives it away. I'm a huge fan of like old genre TV like Buffy and Angel and that sort of thing. So wonky special effects don't take me out of it at all.
No, not at all.
Right, that's
the show is a good quality show, so it's just one aspect.
Absolutely, and it's adapting what it's supposed to.
And those VFX people are hard at work anyways, so we got to show them some respect anyway.
Oh no, absolutely. I think it's absolutely ridiculous how they're. Yes, he was in Perfect Strangers. He was the cousin. Yep. Mm-hmm. My mom taught me that because I don't know things. I'm young.
So, this is still scratching at my brain. Dieter said he'd heard about this before, but I found out about this just before the stream. We have. Spoilers, of course. Our first look at Mutant.
Oh yeah.
Man fights with metal claws in a bar brawl.
I don't know who that could be referring to.
There was an article on her computer that in the MCUs. I don't know
I
what
don't know,
kind
man.
of
I want those shoes. I want those Iron Man 3s.
Oh, also, all the people who were complaining that there's no reference to...
they finally did it.
The Celestial in the sea. It's right there. Why is there a giant statue? They think it's a statue.
I love the wording on that is why there is. So that's implying that it's a
theory?
Like a BuzzFeed style explainer about Celestials.
I see it more like as a flat Earth thing. Like they have crazy theories about it.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I need some fanfic writer to do like a high concept version of that article that's just like a crazy conspiracy theory thing. It'd be amazing.
Man, and the Wolverine thing, that's just so exciting. I agree with that.
And I still watch those shows with those effects, so...
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And again, if the writing is good, it doesn't matter. The effects...
Hey, we survived Smallville, man. We survived Smallville.
I love the writing in this show, by the way.
Oh my god, Jessica Gao is wonderful.
We love you.
Yes, wonderful.
She is doing an absolutely great job. I can't say highly enough. The dialogue is so naturalistic without being overbearing. It's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good TV. Yes.
I love that we got more cousin bonding over that phone call. Her revealing,
and the fact that she's in his contact as Fuzzball.
Yes,
that's so good.
Oh,
we finally got to hear the title of the show said out loud.
She-Hulk, attorney at law.
All right, guys. He said the thing. We can go.
He said the thing.
Yep.
I always think back to Family Guy. Peter, like, they said the name of the movie in the show in the what?
Yep. The Leo meme.
What's this?
He's working on my fanfic.
Heck yeah.
He also asked if we could replace an actor in the cast. Who would it be? Ooh,
this is gonna suck because here's the thing. I love her to death. But for some reason, I still think Allison Brie would have knocked this out of the park.
Oh, she absolutely would have. There's no question in my mind about that.
But Tatiana Maslany is a gem.
She's a tour de force.
Perfect for the role. She has proven to be perfect. But if I had my way before I knew that, Allison Brie.
I don't want to recast anyone.
For my money, Maslany is one of the greatest actors of our generation. There's no
I
question
agree.
about
Yep.
that.
Yep.
But I'm thinking,
Yes.
We were just saying that it's way too short.
I'm thinking in answer to Logan's question, I would actually replace Nikki, but I wouldn't replace her, the actress, with a different actress playing the same role.
Yes. Yes.
A piece of a plank.
I feel
Chair.
like I have.
Place him
Man.
with a chair.
Don't
That's the
upstage
new
me on my special guest spot on the Bear and Beard podcast like that.
We hate this man with everything.
Oh God.
Man, screw Dennis. Oh, replace Dennis with the guy who plays Dennis on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I feel like he would do a great
Dude,
job.
no,
with that.
but for real, Glenn Howerton has to be Reed Richards. There's no other acceptable casting. Dennis from Always Sunny is just Reed Richards.
I haven't
Are you
thought of
okay?
that, but I like the way your mind works on that.
I've said I
Just
have
do
that-
the entire Always Sunny cast as the Fantastic
They could
Four,
do it.
honestly.
They could do it. And if not him, Cootie from The Good Place, William Jackson Harper, just would be my complete heart in that role.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What
So-
else were we supposed to talk about? Did I send anything else to you, Beard?
I don't have anything from. I do have another clip when they were doing the name reveal.
She-Hulk? Don't even.
Like the fact that she hates her name and he hates his name. I just think
Cute
that's
cousin
fun.
things.
I wonder what's going to happen with Bruce if he's off-world, but he's supposed to be in each episode.
I don't think he is. Both Ruffalo and Roth are credited as special guest stars. So I would think from a contractual perspective, that means they don't have to be in every episode.
Huh. I thought he was going to be in the whole show. That makes me sad because I got a lot of good Bruce stuff out of this show.
Well, obviously, we're getting a lot more.
Yes, because he's got some things to
Yeah, probably not for a minute. I got some things I gotta take care of.
I really wish I had sent you this meme, but it says it's a courier class ship. You know, I think they have a message, and it says the message. It's a piece of paper that says, "You have a son. It is me." And I'm like, "Yep, Scar is on the way." I really think this is about his kid.
Yes.
Either that, or he is
That would
who they
be
want
really
to take over.
interesting.
Hulk. He was Hulk for 2 years. I mean, who knows what trouble he got into?
It's either that or the Sicarians have decided that he is who should lead, which would also be pretty dope. Let him rule the planet.
That end credit scene, her doing all the chores around the house.
Bless her heart.
That was hilarious.
Because Chet is pointless.
I think he's a lovable idiot.
I don't know enough about Chet yet. He kind of just sat there and did nothing while my girl did all the heavy lifting.
This is true. Oh, and I love how they got footage of the underground fighting ring. And that's just on the news right at the worst opportune time. And now we know why Wong's being brought in, because now she's got to have
He's a
some
character witness.
sense of why this is happening, why he's escaping his...
But also, does it not feel intentional to y'all that, like, right after she goes and meets with him, this drops online? I just feel like the government is involved with this somehow.
I can't tell if that was just like plot convenience or foreshadowing of some
Or
kind.
literal, coincidence,
Yes.
like...
That's possible.
It feels a little too intense. But again, if the Thunderbolts were involved, couldn't the government just get Blonsky out of prison? Why do they need Jennifer Walters for this?
Maybe they want it to publicly look legal.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest things with the Thunderbolts
true,
is
too.
they weren't just bad guys trying to be good. Their whole thing was a charm offensive. They were trying to make the public accept them, and getting a parole, a public apology from Blonsky,
Gotcha.
all of a sudden makes him look 100 times better.
Especially with this whole story about feeling like the system screwed him over. He was a soldier following orders. Although that's a terrible thing throughout history.
I know, and obviously he gets what he wants because we've seen him out of prison.
Yes.
Oh my God,
and by the
yes.
way, I'm so glad that I called that with it being more of a influencer rivalry.
Dude, you were on point with that.
That's going to be interesting.
You were. I was listening to the episode. I was listening to y'all's first episode this morning in order to prep for the show, and I had already obviously watched episode 2, and I was like, "Is the Beard psychic? Like, does his beard give him telepathic abilities? Like, how did he get that? That she was a social media influencer."
Super influencer. Yep.
I am very
Crazy.
excited for what episode 3 will bring. Any theories about episode 3?
I got a
I
theory
don't know
about the
what
show
it
in
could
general.
be.
Which is I was gonna say I think I don't know about this next episode outside of the fact that we know it's going to deal with Blonsky's parole hearing, but I have this theory that the show going forward is going to break itself up a little bit, because I just can't imagine how we're going to have a continuous narrative that somehow brings Frogman, the weird dude with elf ears, Daredevil, all into one concrete narrative. So I'm wondering if they're going to split it up and do little mini arcs every couple of episodes.
I think after episode 4, things are going to blow way out of the water, because Marvel has a tendency to do that. I mean, the first 4 episodes are the ones that some people got screenings for, but no one's seen the episodes after that other than like close production people.
And we know that Matt is not in the first 4.
So I think after episode 4, or episode 4's after credit scene and forward, is just going to be out of the water insanity awesomeness.
Mm-hmm. Something's about to break loose.
Something's coming. I don't
Oh,
know what it
absolutely.
is.
All these superpowered people are coming from somewhere.
She gets a slight pardon, then he goes. I think he's got that place wherever that was. He's going to
The
disappear.
big plot of land. It's Thunderbolt's Mountain. I'm just calling it right now. They all go into Thunderbolt Mountain. Doot, doot, doot. So on.
I gotta admit, I don't know a ton about the Thunderbolts, which makes me a really bad Hulk fan.
Well, no, they're more across the board, kind of like the Suicide Squad are, than really just Hulk characters.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited for. I hope it branches into more dark comedy, maybe even gory, like James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and that it's like that. It's a villain movie, not a superhero movie.
I don't think that the MCU is going to shy away from having some gory stuff now. After Moon Knight, I mean, Moon Knight could have pushed the bar a little further, but
Multiverse of
that's
Madness was
still
pretty harsh.
That too, yes. I think that they're starting to go more towards some of these movies don't have to be kid friendly, and we get into some really darker shit too. Because if we get Ghost Rider, I don't want Ghost Rider to be fluffed up.
Oh, absolutely not. I get a lot of crap for this, but like, if you're gonna do Ghost Rider, let Zack Snyder do it. Just do it right. I feel like Snyder would nail a Ghost Rider movie. Maybe tone back the Jesus.
Somewhere my colleague...
Wait, what?
Somewhere my colleague at Knights of the Nerds table, EJ, is just his ears started burning and he doesn't know why.
Sorry, EJ. Oops. Did I say a cursed name?
No, you said for him a blessed name.
Oh, okay. Okay. See, I'm not a fan of a lot of the DC stuff. I like Zack Snyder's Justice League, but not the other stuff that he did. See, Keith. See, yes. See, yeah, that would be great. But what did I tell you, Beard? Did I send you the thing about the Squadron Supreme? And
That sounds familiar.
Okay, so the rumor is that they're going to be like Kang's enforcers.
Okay.
That the Justice League parody Squadron Supreme are going to be like that for him. And I've heard somebody mention that Cavill is supposedly playing the Superman analog, which
Hyperion?
Yeah, Hyperion. Mm-hmm. And that they're gonna be like the boy, that they're gonna be like the Seven. They're gonna be a bunch of D-bags.
That makes a lot of sense.
Wild theory. If that's true, that would be insane.
But if they get Cavill, they have to get Affleck and Godot. They just have to do it. Because come on.
I feel like that would be
or
so
at least actors who have played Batman and Wonder Woman. There's not many Wonder Women. But I would settle for, Christian Bale again as a multiversal. I can't remember what that character's name is, but I know. And apparently he's in Loki. That's where we first see Hyperion as Loki season 2, and that would be dope. If it's Cavill, I just see too much. I don't think so. I think they need to go for it. Make them DC mad fans sour.
I almost feel like that would be. Firstly, it would be kind of just cruel at this point. Like DC's got so much going on right now.
Just the nail in the coffin.
There's a point where that would become bullying.
This is
not wrong.
But I also like one of the great things about Squadron Supreme is it lets you play with DC characters in a different universe without using their names. And so I'd like the idea of giving other actors who maybe weren't in consideration at DC a swing at it so that they can play similar characters. So.
I completely agree that. And if Kang is involved, it would be great if they're all actors from the MCU playing different roles. That would be interesting too.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I think Cavill and everything he's endured, that's enough. Like, I'll accept Henry Cavill. Maybe not Affleck and Godot, but he deserves something. Give that Cavill got shit on so much. Oh, I'm gonna get a warning, aren't I?
It's cool.
Yay! I survived.
Well, shame.
Oh, that's what we should get for the cursing. The Game of Thrones shame. Shame. Shame.
Oh, but then I have to remember that Game of Thrones exists.
Oh.
I never got into it, and everybody's talking about House of Dragon. It'd be great to have somebody own the company that isn't Warner Brothers. So
Amazon.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be Amazon.
But then Jeff Bezos can really be Lex Luthor.
I mean, look, I feel like we've got enough Lex Luthors in this world. Like,
why can't he choose to be Santa Claus? He has the
Why do
resources.
any of them never choose to be Santa Claus?
This is true.
Wait, guys.
Because people who have the
upset.
generosity of Santa Claus don't keep enough of their money to be Jeff Bezos level rich.
This is true.
This is the truth.
So I think I'm out of stuff to talk about for this
I
episode.
think I am too.
I think so too. The only other thing I wanted to mention real quick was that aside when she was walking through GLK and H, where she just encapsulates for the world in very simple terms what it feels like to be a woman or a minority going into a competitive industry where there's always the assumption that you did something or something was done for you, like whether it's equal or equal opportunity? Am I thinking of the right term?
Yeah, equal opportunity.
Yeah. Or somebody higher up, or of course the most offensive one, which is you're sleeping to the top. And I really appreciate that this show, I know I've seen a lot of really ugly parts of the internet say that it's too preachy. And I gotta say, I appreciate the fact that the show is putting for people who don't have the time or the brain space to get really involved with these societal issues, it's putting the position for people in simple terms that are easy to understand through the voice of a character who is extremely relatable and extremely lovable. And I don't think it's being preachy at all. I think it's educating, and I just really appreciate the show for that.
I think it's calling people out, and they don't like being called out.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
So
I think they understand it completely, and they understand it so much that they realize that that's who they are. Because I know a lot of old nerds, and not all of them are great. You know what I'm saying? There's some cranky old people who just don't like seeing themselves being represented for the crappy people they can be.
Yeah, I'm sure the Dennises of the world are not enjoying having that mirror held up to them right now. There's a hot girl. I'm going to
go talk to it.
It.
And everybody.
I was
offended. I mean, I was.
When I was watching that with my family earlier tonight,
my mom,
there were pearls were clutched, like there were audible gasps.
Exactly.
I mean, that's true. That's if there's one thing that lawyers do, it's they argue and they
exactly. But yes, but again, I don't understand. Everybody's so up in arms. They act like she said that she has more anger to deal with than Bruce. That's not what she said. She just said she has more experience controlling it than he does. Mm-hmm. He has more anger, but he has been shown to be terrible at controlling it. Y'all forget that we're talking about the Hulk. I mean, she's just saying she's better at controlling it, which is a fact. Grow up.
Yep.
I mean, Stan Lee created this character over 40 years ago, and she was this way. She's always been commentary on how crappy the people who read these books can be. Always. Mm-hmm. And they do not like it.
A lot of people, I find it very ironic that in a moment where Bruce was projecting his stuff onto her, those people watching are projecting as well.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yep.
They're giving her the motivations that they want her to have rather than the motivations that she actually has as a character with agency.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating, but then I watch the show and all of those other voices go away because the show is just so much fun.
Oh, the show is just so much fun.
My only complaint I have for this show is that each episode ends at some point.
Mm-hmm. I said it at the top of the episode. I was literally upset because I forgot that there was a 30-minute episode and not a 50-minute episode.
What an evil thing to do. Give us a character that is so down to earth and relatable and only give us this much of it.
Yeah, that's the biggest complaint. Not enough She-Hulk. We need more dialogue. We need more everything.
Our friend Blurdish over here, I just want to point out, says that She-Hulk is breezy, funny, sexy, smart, and she's gonna get her freak on. Yes, she is.
Yes, she is.
She is. She's gonna take that man and carry him into the bedroom. We saw it in the trailer, and I will be cheering for it.
People talk about the joke where she says Captain America. Well, if anybody really does that, it's Jennifer Walters. And people aren't ready for it. Ooh, I can't wait. I love it. But then again, I can't wait for Wyatt Wingfoot. I just can't wait. My whole soul is invested in her falling in love for real, and how amazing he is to her. When they're in the snow and they're like, you realize I'm going to hate myself for the rest of my life if I don't kiss you right now. Mm-hmm. They're the best.
I don't think I've gotten this far in the comics.
You don't know about this? He's the best. I think they met when she was
Wyatt
a part of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because the Wyatt Wingfoot is a young man of Native American descent. I do not remember what tribe he is a member of, but he was a college roommate of Johnny Storm's.
That's right.
Back when Johnny was in college. And when Thing went off to Battle World back in the 80s, She-Hulk came back for Secret Wars, correct. She-Hulk took over on the Fantastic Four while he was basically on leave. And met Wyatt Wingfoot, and their relationship is it is sweet, it is funny, it is unabashedly freaky.
Keith, I love you, but I'm not cosplaying She-Hulk around. No, I'm kidding. I love you.
Oh.
I mean, that is one of the things is with Jennifer that's so paradoxical is she is constantly drawn in that way that's very, very arousing. But it's always something that she, at least ostensibly, that she wants, that her character wants to
There's
be
that one comic
admired.
book where the writer forces her to push in the cover where she's naked. Oh my God, that's one of the.
And she's got the Comics Code of Authority covering.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I talk about that a little bit in the recent video that I did over on our channel.
Right.
Your mileage may vary when you're reading those old 80s comics, but John Byrne deliberately did that because he wanted to point out other artists who were doing it for characters who couldn't fight back, and he putting all these women in these skimpy outfits just to draw the male gaze. And John Byrne had a character who would fight back and say, I know you're objectifying me. Stop, or I'm gonna come through this comic and I'm gonna beat you.
She calls him by name numerous times throughout that run.
She always the last name.
Bird, what are you doing? Yep. Always the last name.
I'm gonna go read some She-Hulk after this episode, y'all.
Yeah, I need to catch up on, because I think the last one I read was the Spider-Man court case, or J. Jonah Jameson court case
with Pug.
Yeah, that's the last one I read.
Is that the one where Spider-Man's in the courtroom? They call him to the stand, and he's like, "Yes, I know why J. Jonah Jameson hates me. It's because I'm black."
Yes.
And Jonah immediately is like. Like the man goes into a full-on existential crisis right there in the courtroom. It is
and then he's just
amazing.
Like, just kidding.
That's another joke where like your mileage may vary if that works for you, but seeing Jonah just completely like his soul leave his body when he heard that.
Yep.
It was a good moment.
Oh, good stuff.
I think I'm out of stuff. Oh, we got another comment.
I don't know if we can put this other comment up. It's
I'm not going to put that up, but I agree.
I can't even see it.
Stick around after the outro.
Okay.
I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. That one I will put up.
You can just hear it, especially MCU Jonah and his Alex Jones butt.
All lives matter. Now bring me pictures of Spider-Man. That's gonna get clipped and taken out of context. I know it. Oh man.
Alrighty.
Well, now that I've ruined my fledgling internet career.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. So, Dieter, are you wanting to come join us next week for this again?
Unfortunately, I will not be able to. I am fortunate enough that I will be in international waters next week.
Very exciting.
But I will certainly, we can discuss off stream. I would be more than happy to come back and talk with y'all again.
Absolutely.
If it's Disney related, I'm going to be mad. Is it a Disney cruise?
I'll tell you that off stream.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for everyone. Thanks, Blurtish, for watching, and we will be back here again.
Thank you, Logan.
Next week at 7:30,
Logan.
same
Thanks,
time
Blurtish.
to talk about episode 3. Till then, stay awesome, stay bearded, and much love,
guys.
We are out of here.
Boom, cut the check.
That was totally wicked!
Thanks for checking out another episode. We hope you enjoyed it. New episodes are released every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check back then or subscribe so that your device downloads it automatically. Audio episodes are available pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts, so it's really easy to share them with all your nerdy friends. For YouTube viewers, subscribe and click the little bell so you're notified about all our new content. Links to talk nerdy to us can be found in the episode description as always. You can chat with the bear, the beard, or the rest of the Bearded Bear team, head researcher and graphic designer, Mama Bear, the social media sorcerer, Nerdsquatch, the master of marketing, Han Bralo, the master merch fabricator, Tyler the Great, or any of our public liaisons, Mama Kim, Katie Cat, or JB. Huge thanks to them, the geeks of the round table, and all our awesome friends of the cast. Much love, y'all. Lastly, for more cool music like this awesome outro track, go check out Harlequin Soul, Secret Apex on Facebook and Spotify. His links are in the description as well. Talk at you next episode, nerds. See you then.